Hey, good morning. Jesus is Lord. The Word works. I want to talk to you. Did a little bit yesterday. God doesn't deal with you on the basis of how good you are. Because if He did, this would just be any other, just like every other religion. I mean, the Buddhists, the monks, the religious people of all kinds think they got to be good enough to please God. So, hey, this is really important. God doesn't deal with me based on how good I perform. This is not a performance gospel. He deals with me based on the Word and in very much a reality based on its covenant. God looked for Abraham to make a covenant with him. Abraham was not looking for God. And if you think about it, you weren't really looking for God. God just kind of reached down and grabbed you, and you weren't really trying to figure it out. In fact, I was off up in another town with my grandparents, trying to get me a date. And this girl says, well, I'll go out with you if you go to church. And so I had to go to church with her because that's what her parents told us to do. And I got born again by going to church because I wanted to go out with this young girl. See, God stepped in and changed me, not me stepping in to change God. Now, a friend of mine, Randy and Ruth Kelly, out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they have two sons that they have adopted. That makes them responsible for those boys. Now, both of those boys are grown in their mid to late 20s, but still they're working with them. Randy told me just a couple of days ago, he said, well, Frank, when you called, I was busy trying to buy my son some gas. He said, he and his wife, they're kind of struggling and having some trouble. So I do things for them, not because he's a good boy. He messes up pretty regularly, but because I'm his father. Now get this, he's the adoptive father. Well, thank God. God is the adoptive father. He chose you. He like an adoptive parent goes and selects a child, adopts a child, and brings them into his family. God chose you whether you deserved it or not, and He still loves you whether you deserve it or not. And Randy was buying him a tank of gas. He gets a good deal. He's a roofing contractor, and he gets a lot of roofing from Lowe's, and so he gets a credit that he can buy $20 worth of gas for 38 cents. Now, that's a good deal. I would like to be able to buy some 38 cents for $20 worth of gas. But he was giving that to his son. Now, he had earned it, but he gave that to his son because his son needed some help. Woo, glory be to God. God is going to do things for you because you need the help, not because you deserve it. He's going to do things for me because He loves me. God so loved the world that He gave, and He's still giving. Jesus is still doing things in your life and in my life. And so it's not based on your performance. It's based on the Father's goodness. This is what it says in James chapter 1. Every good and every perfect gift comes from God. God's a whole lot better than I am. God's a whole lot better than you are. But He's looking for somebody to bless. And get this, I want you to get it. I'm going to say it and say it and say it, and then I'm going to say it. God doesn't do good things for you based on your performance. He does it based on His Word and His covenant. And you and I have been adopted into the kingdom. Hey, I got to go. My time's up. I could preach this all day long. God's a good God, and He's looking for somebody to bless. Be that person. Receive it today. And until I'm with you tomorrow, saints, remember, Jesus is Lord. Thank God the Word works.